There's a pretty nice change coming in with New World Season 4, and that change has to do with some items that you probably previously just threw on the ground. Items like excess music sheets or patterns that you didn't use that were basically worthless. You might want to save them all the way up until New World Season 4 and beyond, because a lot of those items are going to now have a use. So what has happened is New World is now adding the ability to craft what's called research projects. So these projects are designed to consume some of the extra recipes, patterns, music sheets, and a few other things you have lying around. And what's going to happen is these are going to grant you bonus XP to their corresponding trade skill. So this is going to work with music, engineering, furnishing, weaponsmithing, arcana, and armoring. So if we run up to the workshop, we can use it, and then we can scroll down to the very bottom, and you can see here a new section called research. We see there's 3 different items we can research: musicians research project, engineers, and furnishing. Whenever we take a look at musicians research project, what happens is all of the music sheets in the game are now listed. We can click on owned, and you can see here I own a couple of music sheets, but I don't have 5 of each. If I had 5 of each of these music sheets, I could then utilize them to gain a little bit of experience for that trade skill. Same thing goes with engineering. So a lot of these items that were previously not used in the game, for example, the broken hatchet and something like the withered bow or the splintered bow, all of these items you get all of the time that are a little bit frustrating. They're clogging up my inventory. I luckily have saved a whole lot of this stuff over time. I really have no idea why, but the hoarding has paid off because now I'm going to be able to utilize those items to get XP. So for example, you can see here the enchanted bowstring is now going to give me 5,650 engineering whenever this change hits live. The same thing happens for furnishing. So we can utilize a schematic. We have one here. We craft this thing and it's going to give me 4,825 furnishing experience towards that trade skill. Now, that's not an absolute ton whenever you get up into the 200s and beyond, but it is going to give you a nice little boost for some items that were otherwise just not utilized. So to me, this is an excellent change coming into New World. So if we go take a look at the Forge, we can also do the same thing. If we scroll down to the very bottom, there is going to be a section called Weaponsmith Research. So you're going to be able to use a lot of the schematics, a lot of the patterns you wouldn't have otherwise used, and some of the things like this Crest of Fortitude and all of these other trash items that you probably are just throwing on the ground. You're now going to be able to trade these in for experience. So each one of these items that you have and you utilize in this manner is going to give you 5,650 weaponsmithing, which in my opinion is excellent. Again, if you're a person who hasn't hoarded all these up, you may want to begin to keep these up until season 4 because they are going to have a value. And if you don't want to utilize them towards your trade skill, I would fully expect that the price of these items is going to go up at least a little bit because now they're actually going to have a use in the game. And then we can come up to an arcane repository and we can take a look at these as well. So there's an Alchemist Research project and you can utilize all of the following items. Some of the weapon patterns. This is not a chromatic seal, by the way. It's one of the empty ancient hearts. They have the same thumbnail, but that item really isn't used for a whole lot in the game. So you can see the empty scepter, the life crystal core, the eternal ice, the petrified fire, all of these items that were previously things that you really just did not utilize, you can now trade in for experience. All of the patterns that you're not really using, you can now trade in for 5,225 arcana. And then finally, we have the outfitting station. If we run up to the outfitting station, we can scroll down here as well, and we'll find the Armorer's Research project. So again, all of the patterns that you're probably not utilizing, and then some of the other trash items like the ancient armor plates and some of the other things that you probably have laying around, the ancient metallic threads, all of this stuff that was previously useless. The same thing applies now to armoring as well. So we'll just craft what we have here. We'll utilize one of these minstrel hoods. We'll craft this, and we're going to get 4,825 armoring skill towards that particular trade skill. It's a pretty nice change coming into the game. I just wanted to make you guys aware because this is something that you may want to be looking for. You may want to save some of these items and not throw them on the ground, especially a ton of music sheets. I get those all the time. I've literally just thrown them on the ground every time I get them. So now I'm going to save them up until New World Season 4 hits. Plus, remember, guys, this is on the PTR, so all of this is subject to change, but I would imagine this is going to make it into live. The only thing I would expect to change is probably the XP values if they adjust those over time. That may be something to look out for, but other than that, I fully expect this change to hit live, and I think it is an excellent one. I am so tired of having my inventory cluttered with all this stuff. So now I can actually use it, and my hoarding ways are going to pay off. But thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, enjoyed new work content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that as well. And of course, we stream every single Monday, every single Friday over on twitch.tv/BDLG, 8 o'clock a.m. CST. And we are now going to start simulcasting that stream over here on YouTube as well. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.